All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round 6. The reason why we started so early was because we showed a little bit of the qualifying with our new onboard streaming system. So today we'll be hopping on board with the drivers and really getting into the action, if you guys know what I mean. In fact, I think I will show it off. Here we go. I'm changing the POVs. Can you guys still hear me? Okay, perfect. Let's get some onboards going, shall we, guys? We're on board with Babricki right now. Starting a little bit further down the field. Up on board with Crispy now. Yeah, we're really getting into the action today. Let's get on board with Acid. As they are lining up to the grid. It is Light who will be on pole. Let's have a look at this. Okay, there's no safety car POV. We were gonna have safety car POV, but I don't think it's going to work out. But let's stay on board with Babricki for now. There are a lot of drivers who are going to be in the stream, and it's really difficult to keep track of all of them. Up on board with Blue Shay in the Williams. Bruder in the Alpine. Crispy, Mercedes, Acid, Red Bull. Mr. Bryan in the McLaren. Babricki in the Sauber. Yes, sir. And let's have a look at the grid over here. And it is lights out and away we go. Look at that. The safety car nearly got up into the pack. Let's immediately hop on board. Bruder down in P4 battling it out for the lead. He is within striking distance of the leaders over here. Blue Shade down in 12th. Let's get back to Bruder. Bruder has got pressure behind, I believe that's Skill Max alongside and Versatile going ahead. Mr. Tino now coming alongside the 4-time champ as they head into the chicane now. And a safety car has been called. Let's have a look at this onboard aerial view over here. Guys, do you like the onboards? Please support. It took me a long time to convince a bunch of drivers to get their onboards for the stream. Let's get some more onboards going, shall we? Let's see where Bruder is. He's down in 6th place under safety car. Blue Shay just on the fringes, at the very edge of the points in P10. Crispy right behind Blue Shay down in 11th place. Acid in 7th. He's going to be behind he's going to be behind Bruder. And I believe this is Mr. Bryan in the pits, all the way down in 17th. And as per the instructions of the race director, safety car will be in this lap. Let's have the race director's POV for now. Have a good view on the safety car restart, shall we? Let's hop on board with Bruder down in 6th place. He's going to be looking to gain quite a few positions, quite a lot of fast drivers ahead of him. He is going to have to make some serious moves in order to gain anything. Crispy down in 11th. He's going to be putting Blue Shay under pressure. Blue Shay, first person. Let's have a look at this safety car in this lap. We're racing once again as they head into the first sector and up the hill. Look at that. We got Crispy Bacon trying to put Blue Shay under a lot of pressure over there. We got Mr. Brian, after I believe he was involved in the crash, definitely trying to get some positions back as they now go downhill into the chicane. Let's hop on board with Blue Shay in first person, fighting against the Aston Martin over here. He's being absolutely swarmed as Crispy now goes round his outside. Crispy gained a position there. Crispy is into 10th now. Mr. Brian in 17th, fighting against the back markers. And we all know Mr. Brian, a race winner himself, going around the outside of his own teammate. What a brilliant move from him. As they approach the end of the lap, let's have a look at as they head uphill once again. R7, Dying of AIDS, leads. Light, right behind him. Versatile, our current championship leader, in 3rd place. Skillmax 4th, Mr. Tino 5th. Bruder in 6th. The Bangmaster Skittles in 7th. Acid 8th. Crispy 9th. Blue Shay in 10th. Crispy moving up into 9th. Now he was in 10th just moments ago as they now exit all the chicane. Bricky down in 12th. The absolute GOAT trying to gain a few positions. There's a collision between the Ferrari and the Williams as the Williams is sent flying off the chicane. What kind of collision was that from the Ferrari? As we continue racing, and I do not believe the safety car has been called. Let's hop on board with Bruder, still in 6th place. He's getting real close to that car ahead as he goes for the overtake down the inside of this curve over here. R7, Dying of AIDS, leads the Grand Prix by a mile. Bruder into 4th. We missed his overtake. That's my bad, guys. Let's have a look at Crispy's POV down in 9th position. Looking to gain some positions himself. Upping on board with Mr. Brian. He was 18th, I believe, at the start of the race. Now down in 14th. 13th now, going for 12th. Double overtake from him. This guy's just on fire. His teammates putting him under a lot of pressure, though. Mr. Spooky in the McLaren. The two McLarens fighting it out. As Mr. Spooky gains the position back going into the downhill chicane. Let's hop on board back with Bruder in 4th position, looking to get onto the podium. Let's see if he's going to be able to pull it off. We can see the drivers ahead of him. Ahead of him is Versatile, Light, and R7, Dying of AIDS. Crispy in 9th, starting lap 8 now. Heads into the first sector. Mr. Spooky still leading Mr. Brian. Sasuke right behind him. Then comes Azazel, Goofy Pepper, Blue Shay, and Commander Zhang. Oh, and this is me. Alrighty. Back on board with Berberky, still in P10, hunting down the Mercedes in front of him. Taking a little bit too much curb, going off track, and through goes the Ferrari, gaining from that costly blunder on Berberky's part. He's not going to be happy about that one. Let's see if he's going to put up a fight against Danya. For the points, going uphill now, looks like he doesn't have it in him as of right now. Mr. Brian still behind Spooky. As they head downhill. Looks like Mr. Spooky has been able to build a little bit of a gap. Goofy making a little bit of an error there. I think Blue Shay made the same mistake. On board back with Crispy. A little bit in no man's land, so let's have a look at somebody else. Blue Shay in 15th, hunting down Goofy Pepper. All the drivers going into the hairpin now for the downhill. R7 dying of AIDS leads Light and Versatile and Brooder and Skillmax, who are just within a second of each other, I think. Mr. Tino a little bit farther back. Skittles, Acid, Crispy, Danya, Berberky, all in the mix. Mr. Spooky leading his teammate. Still, Goofy Pepper, Blue Shay, Commander Zhang, Azazel, Sasuke rounds up the entire grid. Looks like Light and Versatile are battling it out really ferociously as they head into the hairpin over there. And let's have a look as they head downhill. Here they come. R7 dying of AIDS. Even larger gap than last lap. Light fending off Versatile. Brooder right behind. And Skillmax right behind him. Two former teammates. Aston Martin. Acid down in 8th. Crispy in 9th. Blue Shay in 15th. I wonder what happened to him. Let's have a look at what Acid is up to. Looks like he is kind of in no man's land at the moment. Mr. Brian still trying to catch up to Spooky. These two teammates pretty much equal on pace, but it looks like Spooky is decisively pulling away at the moment. Not sure what strategy they're on, but we're gonna have to see how things turn out as the race goes on. Look at that. 3 wide onto the straight. Let's hop on board with Brooder. 3 wide going into the hairpin. For the podium. Skillmax is involved in it. And it looks like Brooder has lost out going down to 5th. And you can visually see there's a crash between, I think, Tino and Skillmax. I can't believe I captured that. But the couple of the front runners have just collided into each other. Yeah, and I apologize. There is no in-game audio because all of this was rushed when setting up. But we'll we'll try to think of something for the next stream. We'll try to improve everything. Bruder into third now. He gained from that collision between the two front runners. And in front of him is Light and R7 dying of AIDS. And I'll try to speak closer to the mic as well so that you guys can hear the commentary. Bruder still hunting down Light. And he makes a little bit of a mistake there, and off goes Light into the distance using his curves to pull away as they go uphill chicanes. Up on board with Brian, still in 13th. His teammate nowhere to be seen at the moment as he heads uphill now. Let's have a look at where Acid is. Acid currently hunting down Skillmax and the Bang Master. Things getting pretty close between all of them. Acid nearly able to gain a couple positions there, but it looks like he is within. Oh, it's almost 3 wide as Acid goes for the move into 7th position, but the Bangmaster is going to fight that one back as he sends it. There's a little bit of contact between all of them as the sprint is about to be concluded, and there's a collision right on the final lap. Acid gains 6th. That was a very exciting end over there. Brian crossing the line now. Blue Shay down in 17th. Babricki already crossed the line. Blue Shay, not the kind of end that he wanted for the sprint. He crosses the line now. What an exciting sprint that was. Make sure to stay tuned. The race stream will begin shortly. Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the stream. Hopefully you guys didn't see too much. I am gonna go collect the helicopter for the stream. We got the race director and the safety car right behind me. I'm streaming my poor driving for the entire world to see. And there has been a disconnect. A bunch of cars are disconnecting. I think we're going to be restarting the lobby. So, enjoy the B-roll and the music. Alrighty. So the drivers are going to be going to the grid. Let's hop on board with Acid. A little bit further down the field, but I'm sure, knowing him, he's going to be making a few moves to get up, gain a few positions. This is the race now. We had our sprint, and now is the real deal. The race where points are definitely going to be made, as the grid is currently being called. All the drivers completing their formation lap now. R7 dying of AIDS, Light, the versatile Skill Max Brooder make the top 5. Tino right behind them. Several time race winner himself. Acid, also a race winner. Mr. Brian, we got race winners for days here in the top 10. And then comes the rookie, the Bangmaster, Mr. Spooky, F2 champion, along with the Ferrari of Danya. Then we got Ghost Shadows, Blue Shay, Azazel, Sasuke, Babricki, Crispy, Goofy, and Commander Zhang, which make the top 20. Alright, we have a safety car POV today. I hope you guys love the widescreen. Thank you, Marshall, for being the safety car today. Safety car's doing donuts on the pit straight, on the grid straight, I should say. And he will be the one who will call the lights today. Green flags have been called. And it's lights out and away we go. Versus off to a great start. He's going to be trying to get positions early on into the race. So far, so clean. He's got pressure behind him. Acid is in the middle of the pack. He's got Mr. Brian right alongside him as they head uphill now. Stop on board with Crispy. Crispy is right behind a 3 wide as we see all the drivers going into the hairpin. There's a little bit of collisions over there, but that was surprisingly clean as we see one of the cars go flying into the dirt. We got Tino off the track. And no safety car. Oh, Babricki just got sent into the bushes. Very unlucky for him as he goes tumbling into last place. Versatile still in the mix. Mr. Brian trying to get into the fight as well. Let's hop on board with Acid. Acid fighting for good points just earlier. He must have been involved in a collision. Now down in 15th position. Crispy in 12th. Trying to get back up the field, I think. Let's hop on board with Brooder. The 4-time champ in the Alpine going downhill now. Let's go to my POV. Let's see the drivers. Light leads. R7 dying of AIDS. Versatile just a few seconds back. Followed by Skillmax and Brooder. As we see the entire grid now makes the double left-hander. Stop on board with Acid. 14th making up positions. Babricki in 19th. Down in last after a horrible crash. Versatile, he's a little bit far off from the 2 front runners, but I'm sure this championship leader, this championship contender, he's not going to give up the fight that easily. Stop on board with Brooder down in 5th position, and it is Skillmax who separates Brooder from Versatile. They're getting pretty close to each other now. As they head downhill. What a holy corner cut from the 4-time champ. Stop on board with Boucher going through the same corner. He is in that pack all the way down in 12th position. You can see Spooky's in that mix as well. Azazel making a move on Crispy. Crispy, will he fight back as they head into the uphill chicane? Taking as much exit as possible as they head downhill now. Light and R7 are pulling away. R7, clearly a very quick driver on this track, winning the sprint race. He's definitely giving Light a hard time right now. As we see a lag crash. I think that was just lag. I thought that was Crispy into a wall, but that was just lag. So we're chilling. And surprisingly, no safety car as of yet. Bruder had been telling me that he was expecting there to be a giant crash going into the first lap. But as of right now, looks like everything is going pretty cleanly for the grid. As Versatile is now in 4th place, I'm not sure what happened there. Let's stick on board with him as he fights against Bruder. Many drivers consider Bruder to be their biggest challenge on the grid, as Bruder is one of the pioneers of open wheel racing here in GTA 5. Going through the double left-hander, almost like a hairpin. Going uphill now. We're going to stick on board with him. And yes, we can get a leaderboard. Bruder down in 8th place. He probably was involved in an incident of some sort. Quite unlucky on his part, I believe. Versa still going strong, though. He is still in contention for that top spot. We're going to continue on board with him. And I am going to find a better spot to put the camera. Bruder putting skill max, two former teammates battling it out for the final podium position. Skill max cursing ahead. Bruder cursing right after him as they head into the hairpin now. Let's test this POV, shall we? Alright, let's get this POV going. Yes, sir. Look at that. Yes, sir. Azazel and Sasuke going side by side into the hairpin. Those two getting a little bit handsy. Babricki down in 18th, Versa in 4th. Still battling it out with skill max. If I ever stop commentating, it means I'm concentrating on putting the helicopter at a better location. Oh my gosh. As I said, Acid definitely one of the better contenders in this fight. He's fighting for position like crazy. Versa is still in it, still in the mix. Brian in 6th position, getting a little bit handsy with that Aston Martin. I believe it's the Aston Martin of... Actually, I'm not sure if it's an Aston Martin at all. I'm not... Things are getting very close between those two. Bruder hunting down Brian's teammate, Mr. Spooky. Mr. Spooky taking a defensive line going into the hairpin. Classic defensive maneuver right there as they head downhill into the chicane once more. Clean move. That's done deal. The F2 champ against the Formula 1 champion. It's got to be one hell of a battle indeed. Bluche still down in 19th. Little bit of an error there from him. Only person behind Babricki is Bluche. Let's hop on board back with Versa. Versa's down in he's up into 3rd. We missed the battle there. Got to keep track of all of these things. It's difficult. Got a few cars pitting now. As we look on from the safety car's POV. Let's get to the streamer's POV right here. It's R7 who currently holds on to the lead. He was able to overtake Light, Versatile, and Skillmax, haggling it out. Mr. Bryan in 5th place, much better than from last session from the sprint. As Acid is going to be going for Spooky, but Spooky dives into the pits. Acid, it looks like his tires are going to be able to go on for just maybe 1, maybe 2 more laps. Skillmax comes out in front of him. Versa, I wonder when he's going to be going to pit. He hits the wall on the exit there. Definitely the signs of very worn tires. Apologies for the long silence. I was AFK for a little bit. Let's hop on board with Mr. Brian, shall we? Let's get a little bit of variety in the POVs that we are currently following. As it stands, Mr. Brian currently in 6th position. A little bit of a no man's land. So we're going to have a look at Acid. Looks like Acid is still in the fight with Mr. Spooky. Crispy in a very heated battle. Bruder coming out with a monumental comeback after being down in 9th, 8th place, now in 5th. Really showing off his race pace, but it looks like he is approaching the end of the stint for these tires. It looks like actually quite a few drivers are approaching the end of their tire life. Thank you, Banana, for welcoming me back from my adventures, you could say. And in a very interesting turn of events, Skittles, the Bangmaster, has been black flagged from the race. And I believe the cause of this black flag is excessive lag. Something to note, Danya and Blueshay have also retired from this race. Versatile in 2nd position, going to pit for a 2nd time. Crispy has also left. And look at this POV of Acid. He's got an entire caravan behind him. Acid on fresh tires is going to be trying to defend against these drivers now. Mr. Tino in a sandwich with Acid and Bruder behind him. 2 championships, I believe it's 6 championships between Bruder and Acid. Mr. Spooky heading downhill. Let's hop on board with him. Berberke driving like an absolute warrior. And Sauber, he's going to be trying to get that final point. But is it too far off? Who knows? Versatile in 3rd position. Versatile's got Skill Max and R7, who is indeed dying of AIDS currently. Let me give you all a look at the leaderboard, shall we? It's R7 dying of AIDS, Skill Max, Versatile Light, Mr. Brian, Acid, Bruder. And it looks like we got some switches, some overtakes have been made. Mr. Tino in 8th, Spooky in 9th, and the Ghost Shadows running up the top 10. Versatile still here in P3. Going strong. As I'm hearing, I believe there's a few blue flags being called out right now. I'm not sure where, but the front runners coming up to the back markers now. That's just a little bit of an update for you. What a beautiful final sector. 6 laps to go here at the French Grand Prix. Magny. It has been a very, very exciting race, and it looks like Versatile over here is going to be receiving blue flags pretty soon. And he should be receiving the blue flags now, and there he goes, Commander Zhang. Lets the championship leader in the Haas, Versatile, he lets him through. Bruder down in 7th. Looks like his eyes are on Mr. Tino in 6th. He's going to be looking to get that position. Bribicki in 12th position, still looking to get into the points. He's holding out hope, and he misses the apex to let Skillmax through. Brilliant blue flags on his end. Looks like the pack has spread out quite a bit. Three laps to go. And as it stands, it is R7 who is currently dying of AIDS. He holds the fastest lap with a 58.446 on this track. A whole 2/10 quicker than the next fastest lap from Skillmax, who currently holds a 58.627. These drivers are absolutely rapid indeed. Two laps to go here at the French Grand Prix. Magny-Cours. Versatile is going to be calling out a lap check for Skillmax. Obviously, he has come to terms with not overtaking Skillmax on track, but perhaps he can catch Skillmax out for a little bit of wrongdoing in this race. And if you guys, you the streamers, the stream viewers who are watching right now, if you're not part of the Formula V community, what are you doing? Join the Discord in the link in the description. You can become a driver. You could become a team manager. You could take Ferrari from me. You could become a part of the media team, make videos, commentate, just like this. Or you could become FIA. There are an infinite number of possibilities here at Formula V as we're on board with Versatile, who has entered the final lap. Let's go on board with R7 dying of AIDS, who goes into the double left-hander, this hairpin over here, into the uphill he goes, and it is going to be victory at the French Grand Prix for R7, dying of AIDS. And Acid and Tino, who are currently alongside each other on track. Acid calling a lap check on Tino, but the attention will go to R7, who crosses the line to win the French Grand Prix. Light, I believe, will be coming home in... No, it'll be Skillmax who comes home in second position. Versatile, he battled brilliantly, comes home in third place. Let's hop on board with Mr. Brian. It was Light in fourth. Mr. Brian will come home in fifth position, battling it out to the end, losing a couple positions there, and he curses to the line to come in sixth. What was that? Acid was in. It will come home in ninth. Bruder was involved in all of that. Whoopsie days! Alrighty. What a brilliant, brilliant program. What a brilliant website that allows us to stream all the drivers on boards. So, let's get a count for the final results of this Grand Prix. It is R7, dying of AIDS, who comes home in first. Skillmax in second. Versatile in third. They round off the podium positions. Light, just on the edges of the podium, fourth. And Bruder, who was able to snatch fifth from Mr. Brian on the final lap, on the final corner, comes home in fifth. Mr. Brian in sixth. Mr. Tino, 7th. Mr. Spooky in 8th position. Acid in his Red Bull comes home 9th. The Ghost Shadows rounds off the points scoring positions in 10th. Outside the points, we have Goofy Pepper, Brebreki, Sasuke, Commander Zhang. And that rounds off all the finishing drivers. Russian Dealer and Eddie, who were the stewards and FIA for this race. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next time at round 7.